Hello everybody and welcome to Poland Daily Travel. We were just starting with a view from the Grunwaldzki Bridge back to Tomsky Island in the middle of the Oder River on a beautiful afternoon in July. Grunwaldzki Bridge, very interesting edifice when it was constructed over 100 years ago. 110 years ago it was opened. It's a steel bridge, very groundbreaking for its time, with granite arches on either end, about 20 meters tall. So it was a very, very proud construction by German engineers. It had a different name then. It was called the Kaiser Bridge. And now, of course, it's called the Grunwald Bridge, or Grunwaldzki Bridge, after the famous battle in which the Poles beat or defeated substantially the Teutonic Knights, the early forerunners of the Prussians. So you can see the Prussians named the bridge after the Kaiser, and then when the Poles took it over after World War II, they called it the Grunwald Bridge in remembrance of their victory at Grunwald in the 1400s. Anyway, people remember these things, okay? And don't think people don't remember World War II or World War I or the present war going on with Russia. Here you have this massive building. Here is the government for Lower Silesia, Dolny Śląsk in Polish. Lower Silesia government building, huge building here, very impressive. German? I think so. And over here, this beautiful building, you can see, is the University Library. And then there we see the cathedral and the islands in the river. This is just one part of the river, then it divides as it gets to those islands and comes back together after the islands. When you get to University Bridge, it's united again. So there we are. We've done from one end of the islands to the other end of the islands. Okay, now we're going to give you a longer view of the bridge. So keep watching. Enjoy the beautiful trailer, because we had some beautiful pictures the last couple of days. Very special stuff. And we'll see you after the break. Thank you for watching. Okay everybody, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that great trailer. We got some beautiful shots on there. I was looking at the film and I couldn't believe it. But that's how photogenic Wrocław is. And here's another example as we go into magic hour on this particular Thursday evening. A couple of boats going down the river gently, some kayaks, people out enjoying this summer evening. And it's beautiful. It's been a beautiful day. It's going to be great through the weekend too. I feel like a weatherman, but I'm not. This is the bridge in a longer view, and you can see why it would have been impressive. It's like a smaller Brooklyn bridge, isn't it? I'm sure the Germans were very proud of themselves, the designers at this time, because it would have been quite an achievement. There are, tons and tons and tons of steel, and a project like this was very unusual to undertake. it was built to, that's the old towns on that side, so it was built to connect to the university, particularly the medical universities and some of the research, science research buildings over here. Of course, the library is just up the way. So all of this university, all these university buildings, this was a university neighborhood, and it was also an industrial neighborhood further out and a working class neighborhood beyond that. So all of this was to connect that part with car and carriage traffic from this side. In 1910, remember, the automobile is in use and becoming rapidly expanding the use of automobiles. Now, the Kaiser was not here for the opening of the bridge on the 10th of October in 1910, 10-10-10, if you will, because it had been delayed for some time. But he did come and drive back and forth in an automobile a couple of times in November when he was visiting the university. Remember, Breslau was an important university within the German Empire. They took science extremely seriously in the 20th century, particularly and under the Empire, and then later under the Nazis, as we know that all of the different inventions that were created and all the advanced rocketry that was done, which is perhaps the apex of the engineering achievements, yeah, of which this was one. So they went from this kind of achievement to making great cars and then inventing rockets that would eventually take us to the moon. So very interesting stuff. Now, I suppose you could say something else about the name. I told you that it was called Grunwald by the Poles, but there were other names. So I read in online that it was called the Kaiser Bridge, but it was also apparently called the Imperial Bridge, because remember, Germany was an empire up until the end of the First World War. So this, as an empire, this was one of their main imperial cities. Berlin, Munich, Frankfurt, Hamburg, Bremen, Hanover, Cologne, places like this, and Breslau in what is now Lower Silesia in Poland, and was called South Prussia back then. All right, that's all we have for you from the Oder River for this particular episode. Thank you for watching, and will you please, if you like what we're doing, like us and subscribe on YouTube, Poland Daily Travel, and also on Facebook. I want to thank you for watching once again. My name is Will Richardson. I'm on the Oder River in beautiful downtown Wroclaw. See you next time.